In the decade plus that I have been in this credit card space, I can say, hands down, the Bilt Mastercard is by far the #1 no annual fee credit card I've ever come across. And it just might be the #1 no annual fee credit card as we head into 2025. If we haven't yet met, hi, my name's John of John's Finance Tips. This is a channel we dedicate to talking all things money. Making, saving, investing. In today's money topic specifically is a breakdown of the best no annual fee credit card of 2025, the Bilt Mastercard. In this video, we're gonna break down the Bilt card, diving into all aspects of the sign-up bonus, the earnings, the benefits. Now, I'm gonna give you a ton of pros because I think this card is phenomenal, but I'm also gonna call out a few cons as well. But ultimately, I'm gonna prove to you why this is the #1 no annual fee credit card of 2025. Now, as a quick TLDR, the Bilt Mastercard is a phenomenal card for someone who wants a no annual fee card, for someone who's looking for a travel card, and for someone who rents. You don't have to be all three of those things. If you are all three, you should jump on this card yesterday. However, if you are just one of those categories of people, this is the card for you. And if you like to support my channel, you can feel free to check out my affiliate link for the card in the description box right down there below. I'll be sure to compare it against some of the competitors on the marketplace, namely the Chase Freedom Unlimited, the Discover It, as well as the Capital One Saver. So if that all sounds like a plan, pop a squat, tap the thumb icon, let's go ahead and get into it. Section 1, the sign-up bonus. And I'll be the first one to call it out right now. This is probably the Bilt card's weakest weak point, and that is there is no publicly available sign-up bonus. Instead, you may or may not get targeted with an offer that's offering you to earn 5x on every single dollar spent in the first 5 days. And unfortunately, we don't know what exactly triggers it. Some people just get blessed with the offer after they get approved for the card. Others, moi, get nada. Compare that against the marketplace. We have the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which is currently offering a $200 sign-up bonus after you spend $500. We've got the Discover It, which is offering a unlimited cashback match of the cashback you earn from the card in the first year. And we also have the Capital One Saver one that's offering a $250 sign-up bonus after you spend $500. This is definitely a Now, of course, though, it's not a complete detractor of the card, but it's definitely something you want to keep in mind. Oh, and also a quick note, with the Chase Freedom Unlimited, there is also a non-public offer that's going to also match your base cash back up to $20,000 to spend in the first year, which I think is a little bit better than what's publicly available. And if you are interested in a non-public offer, you're going to have to do a little bit of digging. Luckily, though, since you follow me for all the daily finance tips, I do have a link in the description box down below. You will just have to click into my favorite card section and go in and find that. Section 2. Earnings. And this is where it gets interesting when we're taking a look at the Bilt Mastercard compared to the rest of the field. In the earnings section, the Bilt Mastercard earns Bilt points. The other cards we'll talk about all earn cashback. Now, there's ways in which we can convert that cashback into points by doing some other things, but at the very basic level, the Bilt card is earning you points. The other cards that have no annual fee is typically going to earn you cashback. So the Bilt card will earn 3 points for every dollar that you spend on dining, 2 points for every single dollar you spend on travel, 1 point for every single dollar that you spend everywhere else, and 1 point for every single dollar that you spend on rent. That's right, your largest monthly expense, which otherwise you were not going to earn anything from, you're now able to earn Bilt points. And the reason they can do that is either your apartment already accepts the Bilt card and so they waive that credit card processing fee, or let's say your landlord doesn't take credit cards at all. Well, Bilt can actually cut your landlord a check on your behalf and you still earn points for paying rent. Or if there's just some sort of credit card processing fee by using the Bilt Mastercard, you can go ahead and get around that. With all the other credit cards you mentioned, sure, you could use your credit card to pay for rent, but you're gonna be stuck paying that 2, 3, 4, 5% processing fee for using a credit card. And if your landlord doesn't take credit cards, well, you're just SOL. And 2 things you wanna keep in mind. You can earn a maximum of 100,000 Bilt points from just rent alone every single year. It resets at the end of the calendar year. For all the other points that you earn from travel and dining and all the purchases excluding rent, that's unlimited. And to be able to collect your points every single statement cycle, you do have to swipe the card 5 times. For the Chase Freedom Unlimited, you're gonna earn 5% cash back when you book travel through Chase Travel, 3% cash back at all drugstore purchases, 3% cash back for all dining, and 1.5% cash back everywhere else. Now, if you tack on the non-elevated offer, you can in effect add an additional 1.5% cash back to all of those numbers I just mentioned, up to a total of $20,000 to spend in the first year. For the Discover It, you will earn 5% cash back on categories categories that change every single quarter. So they could be for categories such as gas or groceries or Amazon, but every 3 months you want to go ahead and check that chart and calendar to see what you're going to earn the elevated 5% cash back on. And for all the purchases, it's 1% cash back. And for the Capital One Saver one, you'll earn 5% cash back if you book hotel and car rental through the Capital One travel portal, 3% cashback for all grocery, dining, entertainment, and select streaming services, and 1% cashback on everything else. Even though what you're earning from the Chase Freedom Unlimited and the Capital One Saver one is cashback, you can flip them into transferable points by linking a higher tier credit card. So with the Chase Freedom Unlimited, if you have a Chase Sapphire Preferred or Sapphire Reserve, you can take the cashback / Chase Ultimate Reward points you're earning from the Freedom Unlimited, move it to that card, and that card can then be transferred out to a travel partner. Same thing with the Saver one. If you pair that with a Capital One Venture or Venture X, that can then be transferred out as points into a travel partner. But inherent in the Bilt card, the Bilt points that you earn can already be transferred out to a travel partner. And again, in the next section, you're gonna see exactly why that is probably one of the most valuable benefits of having the Bilt Mastercard. Section 3, benefits. I'll save the Bilt benefits for last because there's just an absolute laundry list to get through. So let's go ahead and quickly dive through the benefits you typically will get from no annual fee credit cards. For the Chase Freedom Unlimited, a couple benefits to call out. 1, you'll get 3 months of complimentary Dash Pass. Just make sure you activate by the end of January 2025. You also earn 5% on all Lyft purchases until the end of March 2025. For the Discover card, the only benefit to really call out here is there's no foreign transaction fees. And for the Capital One Saver card, similar to Discover, the only benefit to really call out is the fact that there are no foreign transaction fees. So you can see it's pretty sparse, and that totally makes sense because these cards are no annual fee credit cards, and they sit towards the beginner end of the spectrum, meaning it should be broadly accessible for the most amount of people. And so you don't have to worry as much about bells and whistles that might come with credit cards that have $95 annual fees, $200 annual fees. Heck, some cards come with $700 annual fees and come with all the bells and whistles. However, that's not exclusive because one card, the Bilt Mastercard, has no annual fee and it comes with a lot of those bells and whistles. And now let's talk about some of the benefits of the Bilt Mastercard. And get ready, if you don't right now have a pen and paper, grab one because this, I swear to you, is an absolute laundry list. And I'm here for it because quite frankly, the fact that this team, and this is a startup as of, I believe, 2021, can deliver this much value packed into this form factor, aka a no annual fee card, blows my mind. And it blows my mind that the big banks, Chase, Capital One, American Express, Citi, Barclays, with all of their infrastructure, with all of their revenue streams, can't figure out how to put this much value and this much benefit into their no annual fee card. So to first start out, if you use your Bilt points and you book for travel through the Bilt travel portal, you will automatically get a 25% bonus. So what that looks like is, let's say you want to buy a flight from Boston to LA. You can either spend $228.19, which should translate into 22,000 points. However, if you book travel through the Bilt travel portal, this would actually only be a little over 18,000 points. Next benefit we want to look at is transfer partners. I know it's not going to be for everyone, but a lot of us, me included, got into the whole credit card ecosystem, if you will, because we saw these influencers and YouTubers and bloggers talking about this concept of traveling for free, flying for free, staying for free. And it's like, well, wait a minute. How does someone do that? Well, the easiest way and the most cost-effective way for us to do that is to take points that we earn from our credit card spend, transfer them to some sort of travel partner, be it an airline or a hotel, and then we book for travel there. And typically, the idea of taking credit card points and moving them to a travel partner, that's a benefit reserved for credit cards that come with annual fees. But the Bilt Mastercard offers you that. And it doesn't just offer you that for random travel partners that no one's ever heard of or to currencies that are not valuable. No, they offer you the ability to move your points to some of the most valuable travel partners in the game. So some of the airlines to call out are, you can transfer your Bilt points to British Airways. You can transfer them to the Flying Blue program. You can transfer them to Alaska Airlines. And one of my favorite transfer partners that they have is the Hyatt Hotel program. So let's double tap into that. Hyatt Hotels. Let's say you wanted to go to the Maldives, because who doesn't want to go to the Maldives? It's a very aspirational trip for a lot of people. It's kind of a once in a lifetime. Well, when you get to the Maldives, it's expensive as shit. Oh my God. Over $800 cash to make a booking here at the Park Hyatt in the Maldives, which you would think would cost you a little over 80,000 points. Well, not if you use Hyatt points. In fact, it would only cost you, looking at this period, 30,000 points a night. And how do you get 30,000 Hyatt points? Well, you can transfer them from your no annual fee Bilt Mastercard over to the Hyatt program and make that booking. But let's say the Maldives is way too exotic, it's absolutely not a place you're interested in, or it's way too far away. How about let's go to Hawaii instead and go to one of my favorite islands there, Kauai. So you get to Kauai and you want to stay at the Grand Hyatt. Well, that would run you a little over $900 a night. Yeah, what are we, made of money? No, absolutely not. So you would think, okay, a little over $900 a night, that should cost 90,000 points. Not with the Hyatt program. It would only come in at 25,000 points a night. And where would you get these Hyatt points? You can transfer them from your no annual fee Bilt Mastercard over to Hyatt, and then you make the booking. Okay, so we've got our stays covered, but what about flights? Well, let's take a look at using Alaska Airlines as one of Bilt's transfer partners. Now, I'm based in Boston, that's my home airport, and let's say I want to get out to Frankfurt. If I want to do that in business class using Alaska Airlines, I could spend a little over $1,400 to book on one of their partners, Condor. Or instead, I could use 55,000 Alaska Airlines miles. Now, where do I get 55,000 Alaska Airlines miles? Yes, I can transfer from the no annual fee Bilt Mastercard over to Alaska and make that booking. But instead of Europe, maybe you want to go from the West Coast, LA, over to Melbourne, down under. Well, if you use the Alaska Airlines program, you could either pay cash and spend a little over $4,600, or you could use Alaska Airlines miles and spend 85,000 Alaska Airlines miles, which you could transfer over from your Bilt program. And just so you're aware, if you want to have these transferable points currencies, you would be looking at credit cards like the Sapphire line from Chase, you'd be looking at the Venture line from Capital One, for American Express it'd be the Gold and the Platinum. Again, all of these cards, hefty annual fees. $95, $400, $700 nearly. It's absolutely insane. Bilt Mastercard, no annual fee. The next benefit we want to dive into are their rent day promotions. So it's not really inherently a benefit of the card, but it's something that they've done on the first of every month for as long as I can remember, and I've had the card since 2022. So on the first of the month, they offer you elevated ways that you can earn points. And recently, on November 1st, one of their rent day benefits offered you a 100% transfer bonus to British Airways. Put that into context. Typically, banks like Capital One, Citi, Chase, they'll offer you transfer bonuses where you can get a 20% bonus, 30% bonus, 35% bonus if you take your points currency and move it to one of their airline partners. Bilt was offering a 100% bonus, meaning if you transferred that 41,000 points from Bilt for paying rent for the year over to British Airways, you would get an additional 41,000 matched on top of that. That is just absolutely groundbreaking, but it's something Bilt has done time and time again on rent days, offering these massive transfer bonuses. Not to mention, on the first of every month, there's elevated ways to earn points where you can earn additional points for dining, travel, and all other spend, excluding rent. I mean, recently there was a rent day that gave you Hilton Gold status, and there was a rent day that was giving you Hyatt Globalist status. These are absolutely crazy rent day benefits that other credit cards are not offering nearly to the same extent or frequency as Bilt is. Of course, it changes on the first of every month, but that's just one benefit you want to keep out for. The card also provides you with auto rental coverage, so it gives you primary coverage when you pick up a rental car, so you can decline whatever they try to upsell you when you get to the counter. Similar to the Chase Freedom Unlimited that's earning 5% cash back on Lyft until the end of March 2025, Bilt lets you earn 5x on Lyft with no period of expiration, meaning it's just going to be indefinite. The only thing you need to do is make sure that you're linking your Lyft account over to the Bilt card and setting it as the primary card. The card also provides you cell phone protection. So use your credit card every single month, pay for your cell phone bill. If something gets damaged, you can file a claim for up to $800 with a $25 deductible. In the next couple of categories of benefits we'll talk about are going to break down to 3 categories. Bilt also additionally offers home benefits, neighborhood benefits, as well as elite status benefits. So a couple of the home benefits that the card offers. 1, you earn points on rent, which I said before, no other credit card, whether no annual fee or annual fee card, offers that in the marketplace today period. When this came onto the stage in 2021, it was an absolute game changer. At the time, we didn't really know exactly how it would pencil out. Now, given the fact that Bilt has been around for more than just a couple of years, and the fact that they're a company valued at well over $3 billion, this is a program I have zero hesitations on. They've figured out this model of allowing you to earn points for paying rent. Another home benefit that you get is if you pay rent, you can allow Bilt to report your on-time payments to the credit agencies, which in turn would actually help boost your credit score just by allowing credit bureaus to know that, hey, John's responsible, he's making payments on time, and they happen to be rent payments. And this service is something typically a property manager might offer you, but you might actually have to pay for yourself. Bilt just offers that to you for free. You just have to go ahead and enroll and enable it. And with rent payments, Bilt also offers this thing called Bilt Protect. And it's a really cool feature. Let's say you get the Bilt Mastercard and you have a $5,000 credit limit. All right, let's say throughout the month you've spent $4,000 of the $5,000 credit limit, but oh no, you've got to pay rent and your rent might be $3,000. How can you charge another $3,000 onto $4,000 you've already spent when your limit is $5,000? Your card would get declined. And Bilt thought of this problem. They also gave a solution. You can enable this thing called Bilt Protect, where Bilt is automatically linked to your checking account on the back end, because at the end of the day, you're still gonna have the rent money. And what they'll do is be able to basically pull money from the checking account, apply it towards your rent payment without hitting the credit limit on the Bilt card, which means you're gonna keep the same $4,000 to spend for over $5,000 credit limit, but rent is paid, you earn the points, and it's not a decline charge for going over your credit limit. The next broad category of benefits are neighborhood benefits. The first one are your neighborhood dining benefits. Within the Bilt app, you can actually find opportunities to earn more points when you go out dining, in addition to the 3x you're already going to earn. So with neighborhood dining, it could be anywhere from an additional 1 point up to as high as I've seen 10 points for dining, on top of the 3 you're already going to get. So in theory, you could get a max of almost 13 points for every single dollar you spend at a restaurant if they're participating within the Bilt dining program. Another neighborhood benefit is the HSA benefit. So what you can do is link your HSA account over to your Bilt card. And then when you go shopping at Walgreens, if you make a purchase with your Bilt card that is HSA eligible, it'll automatically prompt you whether or not you want to use the funds from your HSA account to pay off that specific line item charge. Whether it's a prescription or a sunscreen, things that you might not even know are HSA eligible, now suddenly you can actually tap into that account versus having to already either know it or carry your HSA card with you. In addition, when you go to Walgreens, you'll get 2x points if you purchase Walgreens branded items on top of the 1x you already earned from your Bilt card. And in fact, you'll get 3x points if you buy generic Walgreens branded products from Walgreens. And if you don't, if you just shop at Walgreens, you'll get an additional 1 point per dollar boost. And when it comes to elite benefits, the card actually has an elite program associated. I'll throw up a chart here of what it takes to earn elite status with Bilt. And once you have elite status, you get additional perks. One of the perks might be being able to access certain rent day benefits earlier than the general population or earlier than those who have a lower elite tier. Another perk could be getting things like a free Blade credit every year. Yep, that's right. If you have Bilt Platinum status, you get a credit for a free Blade helicopter transfer. I actually had a chance to try it out earlier this year, going from Lower Manhattan over to Newark. From takeoff to touchdown, it was 7 minutes. And the final benefit I'll wrap with is the fact that this card, of course, does not have any foreign transaction fees. So if you're traveling, you feel free to go ahead and swipe this card. So now we're at the part of the video where I've been pretty much gushing over all of the bells and whistles that the card offers you. But what about some of the cons for the card? And there are a couple. The very first one to call out is the fact that you are limited to only earning 100,000 points a year on rent. Now, it resets every single year, but if for some reason you have crazy spend you put on rent, let's say you're renting for $10,000 a month, you are gonna be capped at 100K. So that's kind of a bummer. Second call on the card is the fact that there is no sign-up bonus, which again, in the credit card ecosystem, it's all about getting that sign-up bonus. Now, of course, you can get targeted for the 5x points in 5 days. We just don't know what triggers it. So it's a con that it's not publicly available to everyone. A third con to call on the card is the fact that, hey, you are only earning 2x points for travel, whereas there are cards on the marketplace that let you earn 3x points for travel. Now, the difference being, those cards come with an annual fee of over $500. This has no annual fee. Other than that though, overall, I would say the pros greatly outweigh any of the cons that this card offers. And if you are interested in the card in any way and you'd like to support my channel, feel free to check out my affiliate link in the description box down below. It would help support my channel greatly and keep letting me do what I do, which is bring you all of the latest and greatest in money, whether it's making, saving, investing, or just talking about the #1 no annual fee card of 2025, the no annual fee Bilt Mastercard. And if you can't find the link to any particular card, feel free to shoot me an email or shoot me a DM. My email I'll leave in the description box down there below as well. And I'll try my best to find any offer links for you directly. Cool, folks, that's the video. Hope you all took something away. Comments, questions, drop it down there as well, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!